Huddersfield Town up next. Like Newcastle, they were promoted from the Championship last season. They'll be full of confidence after their opening day win.
Yeah, we know that always winning after a promotion is always a good start, and we know that they are going to be at 100% and very optimistic. But well, we have to do our maths. We have to give our 100% in physically and mentally, and we know that if we do all these things, I think that the match will be for us. But we have to be confident in our possibilities, and we have to try our best. And I'm sure that we will do it.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Forde. Now it's the preview to Huddersfield Town versus Newcastle United. Now, before we get into that, we're going to get into the press conference that took place today with Rafa Benitez. Rafa obviously gives a press conference before every single game, and there's a couple of key things that you might want to be listening out for, and that might materialise throughout the whole season as well. Now, starting off with the opponents, Huddersfield Town. Obviously, was asked about their success and how well they've done. Obviously, they're second in the league at the moment. Obviously, there's only one game that's taking place right now, but again, it was a very comfortable victory for them against Crystal Palace. And then his response is pretty much saying that 9 months is a long time, albeit throughout the season it's a marathon as opposed to a sprint. So again, they might have started well now, and obviously we didn't get off to the greatest of starts ourselves, but it all depends on where you are at the end of the season. So again, speaking common sense as Rafa always does. He's also asked about their spending. They've broken their transfer record twice, I believe, bringing in the likes of Meunier, who scored twice on the weekend just gone, and obviously Tom Ince as well, and obviously they brought in Scott Malone from Fulham as well. So they've done a fair bit of business as opposed to us, who've kind of struggled to get these signings together, albeit we still have brought in 6 new bodies, but their kind of spending spree's been a bit more fluid. He was talking about, they've got nothing to lose, obviously, with the likes of David Wagner. They've got an ambitious chairman. This is the first time in a very, very long time they've been in the top tier, if any time at all. So again, they've just got to go for it, and go for it they have been doing, and it's proving to be successful as opposed to, previous other teams that have come up and, tried to keep it really, really tight. So impressive words there. Also, he's talked about obviously the whole transfer market itself. As I said before, we've kind of struggled to get in our players. We've missed out on a lot of key targets. And again, the same messages just keeps recurring, that we have to move bodies out to bring bodies in. And fun enough, saying that Ashraf Lazar was spotted at Newcastle Airport today by a fan, and again, he might be on his way out to Genoa in Italy. So again, he might be the first of, well, not the first really, but first in a while of many, hopefully, that we can get out the door so we can get in replacements sooner rather than later, because we obviously got till the end of this month to get some more bodies in as well. And obviously the likes of Kennedy has been linked, Lucas Perez is still knocking about from Arsenal, and who knows, we might even want to get a couple more bodies in before the window closes. Obviously, he was asked about the whole Mike Ashley interview as well. Obviously last weekend, that was when the whole thing aired straight away, pretty much after his press conference before the Spurs game, so it's too late for him to be asked about it then, but obviously he was asked about it this time round, and he's talking about he's more concentrating on the team rather than concentrating on what Mike Ashley's got to say, which is pretty much standard what Rafa Benitez is going to say anyway. He's not going to come out effing and blinding, is he? So he's more concentrating on the team and what they can offer, and get grinding out points rather than slagging off Mike Ashley, because that's not really going to get him anywhere, is it? So all interesting points there, and I think that's about it really. Obviously reflecting more about Huddersfield Town, how they're a high pressing team, and looking at the facts as well surrounding them, it's quite interesting to see that they've got quite a high press down that left hand side, so where Tom Ince usually operates as well, and obviously Tom Ince and Kachunga sometimes are interchangeable, so we need to be on our game, especially down that channel as well. If it is Manquillo starting at right back, then again he needs to make sure that he's on his game to stop that, and obviously stop the service coming in towards Meunier as well. So guys, I've got us a little surprise for you as well. I've got another YouTuber who is in fact a Huddersfield Town fan. He's called Ben from Terriers TV. So again, he can give a little bit of an insight coming from the opposition's point of view. So Here it goes.
Basically, I think Town are going to win this game simply because Shelby's out with a suspension after stamping on Dele Alli. Their centre-back, Ledgwen, something, I don't know how you pronounce it, but he left on crutches from the game against Tottenham, so he's going to be a massive miss. They paid £8 million for him. Dummett's out as well. They've signed a new player on loan, I think he's a centre midfielder, but I just can't see them really getting anything from this game, considering how I saw how organised Town were against Palace. So my predicted Town lineup is probably going to be Lersol, Smith, Zanka, Schindler, Lerver. I'm predicting Billing to start again because he had a really good game against Palace, so Billing and Moy. Then midfield three of Kachunga, Palmer and Ince, and then up front Mounier. I think he played I think all the players played really well against Crystal Palace. I think I wouldn't put it past us to try and provide that again against Newcastle on Sunday. I think it's going to be a good game. Whatever the result, it's going to be a brilliant atmosphere because just they're going to see all the new stuff that's being done to the ground. I mean, they've got a display across the Britannia Rescue stand with plastic bags again, like we did in Sheffield Wednesday in the league, not in the playoffs, where it's got terriers. There's a full stand display in the south stand, so, and I just think everyone's going to be up for it. I think everyone's going to generate a lot of noise. It's sold out as well, so I'm just hoping for a Town win. I think it's going to be 2-0 Town, or it could be something like 2-1, but I think we're going to play really well on Sunday and I'm really looking forward to it.
Thanks very much for that, Ben. So let's start off with injuries, starting off with the home side. They've got the likes of Naki Wells and Jonathan Hogg missing out with an ankle injury. They've got Martin Craney who's missing out with a hip injury. And then John Gorenk Stankovic who's missing out with a knee injury. But apart from that, they will have a full selection to choose from. Newcastle United on the other hand as well. Obviously, John Joe Shelby will be serving the first of his 3-match ban, I believe. The game will come too soon for DeAndre Yedlin to come back into the squad, even though he was training midweek as well. New signing Hoslu will be available, so again he might be starting or coming off from the bench as well. And then obviously Paul Dummett and Florian Lejeune are out for about 2 to 3 weeks as well. So it'll be interesting to see the lineup that Rafa does go with. As you can see on screen, this is the lineup that I would suggest to go with. Obviously keeping with the likes of Elliott in goal, then you've got Manquillo right back, and I've actually gone with Clark at left back, and then having Lascelles and Mbemba in the centre half positions as well. On the right, going with Matt Ritchie, bit of a no-brainer there. And Christian Atsu will start on the left. Again, he had a fantastic game against Spurs, even though he was on the losing side. And then in the middle of midfield, you have Hayden and Mikel Merino as well, who you heard at the start of the video. I think he'll slot in well, and he can offer something going forward. Up top, I've decided to go with CM de Jong alongside Dwight Gale. For me personally, I didn't see too much of what Ayoze Perez has to offer in the previous game, but again, I know Rafa's got kind of an affiliation with Ayoze Perez, so I wouldn't be surprised if Ayoze Perez starts ahead of CM de Jong in this instance here. So that's it, guys, and before I go, I obviously got to give some sort of pre-match prediction. I'm going to go with a draw. I would definitely take a draw. I know some Newcastle United fans will be scratching their heads thinking, what, you know, we beat them once last season, but albeit they did beat us first last season as well. They've got off to a good start. They found their rhythm quite well, as opposed to we haven't, albeit I know we played with 10 men for quite a long time against a team that finished second in the league. But I would definitely take a draw against a team playing well, full of confidence, especially in their backyard as well. So I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. I'm happy to be proven wrong, obviously in our favour. But again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching and listening as always, and I'll see you guys all soon. Keep it tuned.
They are a good team, well organized. They play good football also. So I believe the game will be very difficult for each of us. And I believe in my team, the players, and then the mentality that we have with the team spirit. We are going there to fight for the badge of Newcastle. For us, we don't need to lose points against teams that are competing against us. So our aim is not to lose points and to fight for the team.